idea in a minute.
I promise I heard every single word you said.
Oh, you good? Oh, it's all good. No worries. I ain't tripping. Oh. Okay, so I got 4 more games tonight. Can I do 4 more games? I can do 4 more games. I can do that tonight for this trip. This triple threat. I think I can do that. Oh man. Alright. Let's grind for a little bit.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. Good evening, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. On our sideline, David Aldridge. Here's the starting group for Kansas City. All out there with Ingram. Then there's Anderson. Then there's Banchero. And it's Garnett in at the power forward. And for the Grizzlies, Morant is the point, with Bane out on the wing. Marvin Bagley is out there with Wells, and it's Jackson at the 5, roaming the paint. Now, here's Wells. Back to Morant.
He can't
hit that time. Wall with some nice D. Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him in full health.
Here's Morant, and finished off by Morant.
Just as quick as anyone in this league, Morant can seemingly get to the hole at will.
Three-pointer. They get it back. Anderson. No good with the lane. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Here's Wells, and the dunk by Wells.
And that's an explosive move to the rim right there. Teammates are just loving that.
They sure are, GA. He was soaring through the air.
Oh, big-time dunk by Banchero. I like seeing the aggressive side of this young man.
Here's Morant. Wall with
so
the
talk
block.
to Real or y'all stop talking?
Here's Garnett. Hands it from downtown.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here's Morant. And finished off by Morant.
How about the authority from Morant? The way he was running, you knew he was aiming to shadow the rim. You can tell he put a lot of practice into that one. Wall's always ready to break out something slick if he's got the time and space.
Now here's Morant. Outside, Bane. Outside, Jackson. Pass to Morant. Bane for 3. Wow, through the contact, and that 3 almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. It goes on Brendan Ingram. Free throw good, Bane. And, you know, Stan, we've watched Desmond Bane evolve into a #1 option on offense. He's always been there, but now he really is at the top of the heap.
Yeah, he sure is. Look, Kevin, you know, he came into the league as a three-point shooter, and he's a great one. But he's developed his game off the dribble. Very good mid-range shooter, and he's strong enough to finish around the rim.
Oh, did you see yesterday? So you know what I told you I wanted to do?
Excellent at the free throw line.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Marvin Bagley picks one up.
You can do them on
And Banchero doesn't back down from anyone, which is why he's able to draw those fouls.
Kansas City shooting their first free throws of the game. The first overall pick, and Stan, we have seen this kid, 6'10" Paolo Banchero. How impressive have you assessed his passing skill?
Kevin, it was the thing that surprised me most about him when he came in the NBA. I knew he could put the ball on the floor and attack
the thing
the
is,
basket,
man, I know you said
get to the free throw line, but he is one of the best big playmakers in this league, making the game easier for all of his teammates. That is incredible.
I just have to create a new thing.
And this kid is just a natural-born scorer. Banchero can post you up, face you up, and also beat you in transition.
And
this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
Well, thing is like, shit, Coles might not get paid.
From Rose
like I really don't. I really didn't have it. I didn't even have enough for the everything.
And
so I was
don't
like,
go away. We'll be back with the action for the start.
Should I look? Because I texted him like, hey, that's what happened for
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Kansas City.
Well, they're playing with great pace, pushing the ball up the floor, and attacking before the defense can get set.
And they're making their own luck with how hard they're playing, forcing turnovers and turning that into offense.
Setting the floor for Kansas City. You've got Banchero. Brandon Ingram's out there with Wall. Then it's Garnett. And it's Anderson in at the center position.
In my head, I'm like,
Williams looking around. Just 5 to shoot. Memphis
needs
to get off.
That's what I'm thinking.
Payton for 3. The rebound by Anderson.
But I won't
Kansas City leading by 8. To the inside. Ingram. And slam dunk by Ingram.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little bit.
Wall, good.
And that's too close. When Wall gets a shot that deep inside, it is almost automatic.
Wall with the steal. And slam dunk by Ingram.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team
actually
well and everything just flowing.
Some changes for Memphis. Sharon Jackson. He's checked in for Gigi Jackson. And Wells is subbed.
No, he came over after that, too.
Rose against Wall. Looking to end the run. It's rebounded by Kevin Garnett.
That's right. He had enough for me.
Defending that shot.
He came over, but I had enough for him, too.
Sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat.
Yeah, that's right.
And not even giving the D a chance there. Just too quick.
I think they did a whole change.
Rose passes to Jackson.
Like, not for just my name. I think they did it for
now here's Wells. He's covered by
Banchero.
Payne with the bucket.
And from beyond the arc, he puts a stop to that 12-0 run by Kansas City.
Speaking of that fucking guy.
And Wall with the slam.
And big scoring night for Wall. And for him, it's about the rhythm. When he's locked in, that gives him the confidence to keep firing.
UPS guy. It's like about 6'5".
54 seconds left here in the second. Pass to Aldama.
I just hear like talking on the listening. So like, on the cameras, it doesn't show.
Shot clock at 6. Payton for 3. And it's Ingram with the
rebound. And
if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the three-point line.
Back in 2022, the number 1 overall
I did not have to want to come back to make this guy tomorrow.
What do you think of his game?
You have to love his game, Kevin. I mean, handles the ball, has a big guy at 6'10", makes plays for other people, scores, gets to the free throw line, all-star game in his second year, and on that team, he has really, really looked to defend. This guy's future is bright.
And their coach is another guy from the Seattle area, right, who has come on the NBA and starred.
There have been quite a few of them.
Memphis shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. First free throw is good. Both Both shots good from the stripe.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them. The second overall pick in 2016. Ingram's a special talent at 6'8". He can do anything offensively.
Outside, Dane.
I was going to let her get it. I was thinking about going
to the free throw
Alicia too, because her dad's throwing at her dad phone.
And the first one drops.
So thinking about doing it, but
he's perfect from the line this time. And here is Ingram. He has 6. Here he goes.
Of the two offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
Well, I think it's because they're calling sets that really match up well with their personnel.
And so it's Kansas City holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. Their transition game has been in full effect. We'll get you back to the action after this break.
Looks like you're about to sleep in my bed. I said, looks like you're about to sleep in my bed.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. An exceptional performance from John Wall.
The burst he's had when going at the rim has been fantastic. A lot of strong finishes through 2 quarters.
Well, when you've got a player with the energy and athleticism he has, it can make for a big night when he gets it going.
Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Wells is out there with Marvin Bagley. And it's Jackson in at the center. And that's the group for Taylor Jenkins as we begin the second half. And finished off by Morant.
And the agility, the hops, Morant just explodes off the floor.
You can see, and Coach, you can feel John Morant's star power, and his presence on the floor is such a factor. It affects the game.
Yeah, it sure does, and it even affects the energy in the building. His play is so dynamic, athletic, energetic.
And it's a great finish!
Oh, my.
And how about that powerhouse move by KG, charging inside and finishing with authority.
Banchero with the ball. Now defended by Bane. And the sweet dunk by Wall.
The insane athleticism. Wall really lets him.
Did I just... Oh, they getting freaky.
It all hang out when he rises up for the alley-oop.
We've got a timeout called by Taylor Jenkins. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Morant passes to Bane. Now here's Wells. Rebound by Paolo Banchero.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy misser too.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
And how about the hands on Jackson? Makes a good target on that frame and then able to finish off the alley-oop.
Banchero and Finished off by Banchero.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And, Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
Here's Morant. And he gets it to go. Morant's got 4 this quarter.
Morant using that quickness to his advantage. That time he gets that one to fall.
Bangs home the trifecta.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Back to Morant. And he comes up with the deuce. 10 points for John Morant.
And really scored most of their points, but he can't score them all, guys. He's going to have to get somebody else to step up.
Here's Wall, and another basket for Kansas City.
Oh, you got to honor Wall from there, showing how effective he can be from that spot on the floor.
Bane against Ingram. There's 14 seconds left in the third. Morant outside. From outside, off the mark. Here's Wall, driving to the basket. Good work there as it goes. Wall's got 21.
Ever since halftime, they've played precision basketball on the offensive end.
Well, the coaching staff made some adjustments for the second half, and they've come out with focus and execution.
John Wall getting it done for Kansas City. It's been an excellent game for him offensively. He's got 21 points and counting. Right back after this break. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammate.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Setting the floor for Kansas City. We've got Garnett all out there with Ingram. Then there's Anderson. And it's Banchero in at the 3 slot.
And when you've got Ingram's length and reach, you got to throw it down.
Outside, Bane.
The whole day plus some.
Garnett against Bagley. Pass to Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. Payne for 3. Rebounded by Kansas City.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can count on him to continue missing.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
And finished off by Morant.
Obviously, Morant has found his flow here, finding plenty of ways to create for himself.
Ingram outside. There's the 3. Ingram can't get that one to fall. A minute 42 left to play here in the fourth. Bane with the screen on Wall. And it's Morant missing. Kansas City leading by 22. Here's Anderson, and Kansas City misses again. Garnett wide open. Drills it from outside.
The height of Garnett's release makes it so hard to cover and opens up options for him offensively.
Morant looking around. Bagley with a screen on Ingram. And a wide open look for Bane. The Grizzlies with another miss. And Ingram the bucket on the assist from Banchero.
And it's just competing. You know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
He gets out of the car.
Here's Jackson.
You
Out to
African?
Morant.
Yeah, he's like, you African? I'm like,
Here's Wells.
it's like, I know. And he's like,
Jackson setting the pick here for Wells.
how you tell?
Buries it from
See?
3-point range.
Yeah, he
I know
makes
your
it look
father.
so
I
easy
said,
out
you
there.
know my father?
The game comes
Anthony?
naturally to him.
He's like,
Ingram
Jamaican?
passes to
I said,
Garnett.
yes. He's like,
Back to Ingram. This one for three. Another three for Kansas City.
Yeah, that's the kind of aggressive shooting you want to see from Ingram.
And Morant's got the ball here for the Grizzlies.
I cannot tell you my name.
Outside, Bagley.
I know your people. You look just like me. So I was like...
Back to Morant.
It was so awkward.
Chris Anderson pulls it
in.
in.
He moved the guy out the truck and he's like, you look just like me. I'm like... Yeah.
Garnett outside.
Anthony, your father?
Over Morant. Off the mark with the little step back, Johnny.
It's so awkward.
And so Kansas City takes the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, right.
I was like, I don't know, it was awkward. But he knew who I was. Or he knew my dad was. He was like, I know your people. I don't know. But like, it couldn't have been no more than maybe, I say maybe 60, 50, 60. Like, he didn't look too old, but he didn't look too young either. He knew from something. Well, he knew my dad. Which, I mean, everybody fucking knows that, man. But I don't know that, man. Shot him down there too. Crazy.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. Here's the starting group for Kansas City. We've got Wall. Ewing is out there with Garnett. Then there's Banchero. And it's Ingram and it's the shooting guard. And for Miami, Kyle Anderson is out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then there's Terry Rozier. Then it's Tyler Hero. And it's Adebayo in at the center, filling out the middle. Anderson outside. Hero kicks to Wiggins. Rejected by Banchero.
And when Banchero turns it up, he can be a factor at the defensive end. Nice work by Banchero, making himself available for the alley-oop pass. He's developing great court awareness.
Now, here's Rozier. Heat moving the ball around. Outside, Hero. 6 to shoot. On the wing, Wiggins. A three-pointer off the mark. Here's Ewing. And then jammed down as he goes right over Kyle Anderson.
Boy, down low, Ewing's strength gives him the upper hand. He's pretty agile as well, helping him push through the contact.
They get a hand on it. Ball with the steal. Banked in off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Rozier out to the right wing. Adebayo finds Rozier. Adebayo with a screen for Rozier. Back to Adebayo. Ewing gets the rebound. And it's Kansas City's ball. Greg, they're in a rhythm offensively, really cooking.
And the opposition looks helpless to stop them right now.
Rozier against Wall. Anderson outside. Anderson, a screen on Ingram. Adebayo tries in.
And the quickness of Adebayo is evident, especially when he's using it there on the drive.
From deep, Wall drains the three-pointer. Wall's got 5 points so far.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that. You know, even though it's a point-blank range shot, that's not an easy one, especially when the defense is that tight.
Offensive rebound. Out to Ingram with the second effort, and he hits the jumper for 2.
And this is what Ingram's coaches encourage him to do, because they know these kinds of shots get him into rhythm.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That is his first foul of the game. And a new group in for the Heat. Love's checked in for Anderson. Alec Burks comes in for Wiggins. Duncan Robinson, he's checked in for Hero. And it's Mitchell in for Terry Rozier. And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Burks against Banchero. Robinson passes to Adebayo. And Ewing with the block.
Great at knowing when to time and go up for the rejection. Ewing, a superb defender.
And then Ewing with the jam.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Team foul. Now at the line.
Free throw dropped for Mitchell. And Mitchell drops them both. Banchero outside. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And it looks like they are going to review the play.
The previous play is under review.
In time.
And to me, guys, it looks pretty clear-cut on the instant replay. I mean, the ball was out of his hands in time. I think they'll confirm this one pretty quickly.
Well, I can't see how they'd come to any other conclusion. I mean, we have a good look at it on the replay.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
They're going to switch the call. There is no doubt, and looking at the replay, that he got it off in time.
Well, it's good they decided to take another look at it. I know some folks don't like how replay slows the...
And so it's Kansas City holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. And we've got more in 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen, guys, from Kansas City.
An impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
Setting the floor for Kansas City. Ingram is out there with Wall. Then it's Paolo Banchero. Then it's Ewing, and it's Garnett in at the 4. Shots good by Hero.
And the touch on the interior. Hero can hit jumpers as well as capitalize and close.
Took him no time at all on that one. Ewing's got the lead up to 12 now for Kansas City.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
It's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
Yeah, he was just a skosh late on the contest. That's going to be a goaltender for sure.
Kyle Anderson is checked in for the Heat. Rozier comes in for Robinson. And so it's Wall. He brings it up for Kansas City. Led by as many as 14 points.
This is John Wall at his absolute best. In attack mode, going right to the rack.
Miami trails by 13. Now, here's Rozier. Still yet to score. Hero from long range. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2. Here's Ewing. And Patrick Ewing with the slam.
Well, it's always good to see big guys like Ewing aggressively and forcefully take it to the rim and throw it down.
Rozier, the pass to Anderson. Ball against Rozier. Anderson with the screen for Rozier. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. A minute 20 left now here in the second. From deep three-point land. Garnett can't get it to go.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
First team foul. Timeout. Home team.
Just remind me. Yes, I'm going to have to do 6 walk-arounds outside.
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Wiggins against Garnett.
That's true. That's good.
Here's Adebayo. Miami no good on that time either. Kansas City leading by 13. All with it. Over Rozier. Wall, no luck.
That's why I just took everyone.
Anderson against Carroll. Right
that's like when my sisters say that, like that stuff low-key offend me. Like,
Master Burks.
Are you serious or y'all messing?
Again, the miss by the Heat. Shot and game clock separated by 5. To the middle. Here's Ewing. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to be on Bam Adebayo. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. And Miami making a change here. Robinson's checked in.
A towering presence on both ends. Ewing is a nightly double-double threat for his team.
Here's Wiggins. Garnett with the block. Wall looking for an opening. Ewing outside. And good. Coming off the assist by Wall.
That's what
Wall's got 5 assists in the game.
A big man with great touch from deep. Always a valuable commodity in today's game.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Kansas City ahead. They finish off the second quarter on a 15-5 run. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
That's because I told him. But that's just things like, that's just our relationship. I will tell. I mean, I don't like to. I will tell. Yeah, but that makes sense. Like you say, you gotta afford. If you just say that.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You look at Patrick Ewing in this game so far, he has been everywhere.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
You know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
Kansas City leading by 19. They've got Wiggins. Rozier's out there with Tyler Hero. Then there's Anderson.
Yeah, actually, that's crazy. I had just seen
it's the group on the floor for Miami.
They had someone in the fucking TikTok shop.
Timeout. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
Like shoots out. It's got like this cool ass glow to it. I was like, okay, that's kind of cool.
Long range from the inbound. Garnett can't get it to go.
Yeah, I see TikTok show.
Kicks it out to Hero.
Not too have bad stuff up in the TikTok show.
Uses the glass to finish the layup. Hero's got his second basket.
And how about Harrell's body control, capable of still scoring even when the defense ups the ante in terms of physicality.
It's them damn sunglasses down, man.
The defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
I'm just playing.
Rozier against Wall. Here's Adebayo. It's hauled in by Ewing.
Mine's literally can get me killed.
Ewing's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Well, G.A. Adebayo came from very humble beginnings.
Yeah, raised by his mother. And Kevin Ram's main motivation in life was to get her out of that trailer. He worked extremely hard, and now arguably a top 25 player.
And the explosiveness Wall brings to the point guard position is special. This guy is a major threat when healthy.
And Ewing with the block.
Just say, what's the name?
Here's Banchero.
And
finished up by
Banchero. I would want to sell some stuff on
contact on
TikTok
Banchero
shop.
Inside, but he just bullies right through it.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
And guys, they'll think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a
I would
bucket.
hope if we look in that kind of.
Here's Adebayo. The rebound by Garnett. Garnett's got 4 rebounds now tonight. For 3, Ingram knocks down the 3 ball. Ingram's got 5 points so far.
A smooth shot from Ingram. Shooting with range is definitely an area that he's worked at.
Outside Hero. We've got 1:13 left to play in the 3rd. Good on the 3-point shot.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Yep, that one goes in there. 17 points for Patrick Ewing.
One reason why Ewing is not only an all-star talent, but a Hall of Fame talent. Awesome at getting to his spots and then capitalizing.
For Miami, they've had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
Then I'd be like,
the first one at the line is good. A different look for Miami. Love comes in for Anderson, and Alec Burks subbed in for Wiggins. So he gets them both. 55 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
A new cricket for a million people. No, we hired some motherfucker. But we're gonna.
And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for the
Billions.
Burks finds Hero, and there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost him.
And I tell you what, more brain-neutral plays like that one, and they'll have a hole deeper than the one they're already in.
Robinson's checked in for the Heat. Mitchell comes in for Rozier.
I mean, you could probably do it more.
Kansas City leading by 22. Ingram attacking, and slam dunk by Ingram.
The 2nd overall pick in 2016. Ingram's a special talent at 6'8". He can do anything offensively.
So you know what I knew my hands would be doing right now?
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Burks the pass to Love.
That sounds like, I feel like that sounds like
that shot off the mark. Excellent D there from Garnett. Here's Wall. And it's Miami with the rebound.
But I'm just saying.
And it's Brandon Ingram with the foul. So that will be his 2nd foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2. For Miami, they have looked good at the line. They're perfect in 4 attempts. Good on the 2nd free throw.
Every single day. I'm starting to see some light.
And at the end of the 3rd quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Kansas City ahead, opening up a huge gap. And time for the...
And let's take this opportunity now to show you our
farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And with the fourth quarter upon
The
us,
thing
time
is
running
like,
out for this game to become
man,
competitive.
if I would have never stopped
Setting the
off
floor
the
for Kansas
beginning,
City.
I probably
Ball
would
out there
have
with
used
Grindind
that.
Ingram. Then
People
it's
blew up
Garnett.
when
Then there's Banchero.
2K20 came out. That's when I like stopped getting into 2K.
And there's no hesitation.
I played a little bit of it.
When the shot's there for him, he is looking to let it
I
fly.
was streaming so much. If I would have had like 1 year to just focus on only streaming and not having to do nothing but stream, man. Some people are lucky because they have that resource. It sucks.
And it's Rozier missing.
How about that hard-nosed D in the paint right there? Nice job.
Impressive work protecting the basket. He held his ground nicely on that one. Hey, guys, really easy to see why Ingram was the second pick in the 2016
also nice
draft
too
with
to
plays
be able
like
to
these.
grind, go to work,
Outside hero.
and grind, because it makes the grind feel a lot better too.
A minute 50 left in the game. From the top of the key,
Like
rebounded by Kansas City. Ewing's got 7 rebounds in the game. It's good.
As he adds a few LBs
the first
to
few
his frame,
times
I
I've tried
think
to do
Ingram
this,
is going to be even better inside.
I kept quitting because I was so tired most times.
Ingram against Hero.
Oh no, man! I told you. It was
Some solid defense from Ingram. It's Wall with the drive. And Wall
he's just a random
slams it
business.
home.
You can tell he put a lot of practice into that one. Wall's always ready to break out something slick if he's got the time and space.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Knocked away. Wall with the steal.
Great reflexes to get a hand on that pass and go the
It's
other
like
way
it
with it.
woke up something
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Wiggins outside to end the run. Pass to Hero.
And this guy is a gamer. Hero embraces any chance he can to draw a foul while taking a shot.
And an important part of every team's game. Look at the hustle stats for Kansas City.
You know, this is an example of why conditioning can be so important. I mean, it can be critical. They continue to sprint the floor, and there's no let-up in sight.
And you also have
It's
to
been cold as
applaud
fuck
how
in
they've
this
been
house,
able
so I wouldn't
to
be
create
surprised.
turnovers and then convert those on the offensive end.
Wiggins kicks to Rozier.
Oh, man.
Anderson against Garnett. Anderson in the post. The kick out to Rozier.
When I'm like laying down going to sleep,
Here's the teardrop. Here's Adebayo.
But the worst part about it is when I'm trying to get out of bed in the morning.
29 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. And Wall. Oh, wow, man.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and
they
did
don't want
not
to play
turn
like
it
that.
down.
You ever thought about
And,
that?
you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
Hero, no good.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
And so Kansas City takes the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that about wraps it up.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like the basement is so insane.
Yeah. But also, too, 9 times out of 10, when I was home, I was sleeping. So, like, I really didn't get to enjoy being up. You know, and then when I did, you know, like, then I really did realize how cold it was in the house because me and AJ couldn't even, like, when we get off of work.
Thanks for tuning in this Wednesday. 2K Sports presents the
55 degrees
NBA.
in the house.
I'm
Like,
Kevin
literally,
Harlan. With
only
me
thing
at
to
the
do in
table,
house was
Greg
sleep.
Anthony and
Because
Richard
we were
Jefferson.
comfortable
And we've
in
also
public.
got Hall of Famer David
It's
Aldridge
freezing as well.
reporting from the sideline. Here's the starting group for Kansas City. Banchero is out there.
Yo,
with
yeah,
Garnett.
yeah. I know what you're talking
Then it's Brandon
about.
Ingram.
Like I said, that was when.
And it's Ewing in its center. And for the Magic. Wagner and Banchero are the forwards. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. And it's Bitadze in at the final.
We were only 2 home at the time.
Spots. And Orlando starts out with the ball.
I was at work every day. There's something I went to.
Suggs against
just
Wall.
to get away from home. But
takes the 13-footer and tries off the glass, but it's no good. GA, when you look at the development of Franz Wagner, what now is the next step for him?
Kevin, for me, it's
I probably wouldn't.
point shooting specifically becoming more efficient out there. And I also think he's going to have to become a better passer, ball mover. I got total confidence he'll get there because the rest of his game is complete.
Caldwell Pope. After Paulo Banchero misses from long range. Clock is at 3.
Dollar Jr. is a world of
puts up a deep three.
Messing around with everyone. You know, it's not.
And it's slammed in by Garnett.
A professional
How about
place,
the power there from KG? He
can
fly with the best of them.
Pleasure is a business. You can't like business and pleasure companies.
Banchero kicks to Caldwell Pope. Wagner wide open, and the 3 ball is good.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
But that's not even just Dollar General.
Here's
that's
Ingram.
just simple.
Gracious way to get up.
Every job has that too.
The second overall pick in 2016. Ingram's a special talent at 6'8". He can do anything offensively.
That one drops for him.
And once he got to the 10,
like,
I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
So you get horny, you want to mess with one of the other Muslims. It's just going to happen. Like, that thing about my boss, store manager, plays on the cashier.
His last shot. Here's Garnett, and it's Wagner with the rebound.
That definitely.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
And the three-pointer, a big part of KCP's game. About half his shots come from out there.
And it's contagious. Caldwell Pope with the foul. That is his first foul of the game for the Magic. Jonathan Isaac comes in for Caldwell Pope, and Anthony subbed in for Suggs. Nailed from three-point land. Garnett's got 5.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Here's Banchero. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And guys, that strength will serve Banchero really well in the league, and we're starting to see signs of it already.
Wagner's checked in for Orlando. Contavious Caldwell Pope comes in for Franz Wagner. Now here's Anthony.
That's how most jobs are, but like, you can't date no one.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play.
But you can date someone who's at the same level. Or like,
John Wall. He knows the
but
angles,
you just can't date
sees the opportunity,
like, higher
and makes the right feed.
Steps back. Here's Anthony. Rebounded by Kansas City. Outside, Ewing. And it's Wagner with the rebound.
Yeah.
Anthony left side. Over Wall. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Kansas City leads by only 2.
Somebody wants to.
And we'll be back.
You know.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen, guys, from Kansas City.
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified some weaknesses, and they are exploiting them.
Setting the floor for Kansas City. We've got Banchero. Garnett is out there with Ewing. Then it's Ingram. And it's Wall in at the 1 spot. Shoots from 12. Second shot opportunity. And it's Wagner with the rebound. Orlando trails by 4. Down low. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Paulo Banchero. Orlando shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line on this one. No good on the free throw. Suggs, he's checked in for the Magic.
I almost did.
And that trip coming up empty, missing both. Kansas City leading by 4. Here's Ingram. Shot goes down.
But
very quick possession right there.
Like, man,
Ingram's got his second bucket.
Guys, it's ridiculous.
Y'all
He's
mad at
just
each other and working
surgeon
together.
when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
Here's Wagner, and Ewing sends it back. Wagner passes to Suggs. In the corner, it's Harris. Here's Wagner. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
Yeah, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Paolo Banchero's checked in for Jonathan Isaac. And Anthony subbed in for Gary Harris. And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. 1:51 left in the second quarter. Outside Anthony. Rebounded by Kansas City. And the timeout called by Darko Rojakovic. He's ready to talk things through with the team. He's checked in for Orlando. Wagner comes in for Cole Anthony. Kansas City also with a sub. Starks is checked in. Kansas City leading by 6. Here's Banchero. Here's Ingram. Nice work on the board. He's paying off with the basket. Ingram's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And he's got the length and size to do damage inside. They just want him to keep adding good weight.
I thought that guy, you messed around.
Fires from deep. It's rebounded by Kevin Garnett.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
The way he was saying
it, like,
against Starks. Oh yeah, we know each other.
Going inside, and he slams it one-handed.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
I say you that.
Here's Suggs. Off target at the rim.
I mean, I know people.
And it's Kansas City's ball. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. And it's Ingram missing.
See, that miss right there, it's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
Caldwell Pope, and he uses the glass on the way. Caldwell Pope's got 5 now.
Yeah, and then knifing into the middle. Caldwell Pope, not just a perimeter threat. Young fella can elevate. Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Got a piece of it.
Why? Just why? Come on, man. Save that one for practice.
Second team foul. Coming onto the floor for your home team, number 35, Goga Vakaze.
Suggs against Wall. Suggs looking around. And so it's Kansas City. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready
It's
for the
fine.
man half-court shot.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Brandon Ingram with a strong contribution so far in this one.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look.
Oh, my goodness! What a play!
Oh, my.
Oh, there is nothing more fun than putting a big guy on a poster. That is the definition of an aggressive play.
Orlando trails by 13. It's tipped. Ingram with the steal. Kept alive. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And that passion that Garnett plays with is really infectious. He's always talking and trying to get himself and his guys going.
The first one falls. Both free throws good from Kevin Garnett.
Now he's perfectly comfortable doing work at the line.
Suggs passes to Bitadze. Here's Caldwell Pope. Pass to Wagner. Shot from 12. Back to Caldwell Pope. Banchero finds Suggs. Now here's Caldwell Pope. 5 to shoot. Banchero is screened for Caldwell Pope. Off target from three-point range.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Ingram passes to Starks. That's good, and it's Ingram with the assist. Starks has got 7 points.
One thing about Starks, he is extremely confident on both ends.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Wall. Over Suggs. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. 6 points for him.
And it was going back and forth there for a while, but now starting to just stretch out that lead a bit. They're definitely looking like the better team.
1:31 left in the third. Banchero is screened for Suggs. Just 5 on the clock. The Magic need to get a shot off here. And it's Banchero missing. And so it's Garnett who brings up the ball for Kansas City. They haven't given up any points here in the second half.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
Back to Suggs. Caldwell Pope against Starks. It's Caldwell Pope with the drive. Kicks it out to Banchero. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Baseline try. And there's Banchero on the assist from Kevin Garnett. That's now 8 points for Paolo Banchero. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guy. Orlando making some changes. Wagner's checked in for Goga Bitadze. Isaac comes in for Banchero. And Anthony subbed in for Suggs. Caldwell Pope against Starks. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
And in dropping that one, he stops a 13-0 run by Kansas City.
Takes a step back. Here's Wall, and the slam dunk by Wall.
And to say Wall's explosive at the rim doesn't do him justice. I mean, this guy is a freak of nature.
Anthony looking it over. Wagner a screen on Wall. Here's Anthony, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Kansas City finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. The scoring has been tremendous. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
That wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Setting the floor for Kansas City. We've got Starks. Garnett out there with Banchero. Then it's Ingram. And it's Wall in at the point. Suggs hits it from three-point range.
And as we see Suggs develop his game, you'll see more of this. Jalen with the ability to operate off ball.
Oh, my goodness, the slam!
And you can tell he put a lot of practice into that one. Wall's always ready to break out something slick if he's got the time and space. And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And Darko Rajakovic calls timeout. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. Ewing's check in for Kansas City. Kansas City leading by 23. Outside, Wall buries the long-range jumper.
And big scoring night for Wall. And for him, it's about the rhythm. When he's locked in, that gives him the confidence to keep firing.
Wagner from long range. It's rebounded by Kevin Garnett.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
Yeah, but right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
Wagner from long range. Rebounded by Kansas City. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. And here is Suggs. Pass to Wagner. No good again that time.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
Yeah, he needs to mix things up on the offense. He simply just can't keep missing shots at this rate because he's destroying his teammates.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Batadze the pass to Wagner. Fades away.
And this is where Banchero needs to keep improving. Good to see him working hard on D.
And Wall with the slam.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
And it's Suggs missing. Here's Starks. And he jams it with authority.
That is not possible. What we just... is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. Tipped away. Wall with the steal. There's the drive. And he goes big with the dunk right over Jalen Suggs.
At times, Wall can be so explosive here, playing downhill, and then just sails over the defense for the dunk.
And that one is good from Suggs.
And with those points, he's able to stop a 15-0 run by Kansas City.
Here's Wall. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Really unfazed. Throw his height right out the window there.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
And so Kansas City takes the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg, an enemy.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson at the table with basketball royalty. Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. Allie LaForce, our reporter. So let's take a look at the starters for Kansas City. We've got Paolo Banchero. John Wall is out there with Brandon Ingram. And it's Garnett in at the power forward. And for the Rockets, Van Vliet and Green, they're manning the backcourt. Alperon Şengün out there with Dylan Brooks. And it's Thompson in at the 3, the small forward. Wall for 3. It's hauled in by Houston. Now Şengün. Van Vliet finds Brooks on the wing. Green. Oh, blocked by Ingram. To the left side wing. The 3 from Banchero. Buries it from 3.
His ability to shoot off the catch is a big plus. Banchero has quick reactions, a really versatile scorer.
Brooks outside. Thompson scanning the floor. And here's Green from the arc. He can't get it to go. And here's Ingram from the arc. It's rebounded by Şengün. And it's Houston's ball. It's a 3-point game. The NBA becoming more and more global, Clark. Şengün, a perfect example of that.
Yeah, Alperon Şengün out of Turkey. Right now on the fast track to being the best player to ever come out of his homeland. So still very young, but boy, his future is quite bright.
Green against Ingram. 1:33 left to play in the first. On the wing, Green. And it's hammered home by Green.
Jalen Green has some serious hop. Yes, he does.
Garnett, that's good.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him. Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
It's stolen by Wall. Drives to the hoop, and the big finish by Wall.
Tell you one thing, it's a bonus to have a guard who can flush it like that. I mean, Wall gets up high on these jams.
That's tipped. Here's Ingram. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
Hey, guys, really easy to see why Ingram was the second pick in the 2016 draft with plays like these.
so it's Van Vliet with it. He brings it up for Houston. They trail by 9. Green with a screen on Wall. Van Vliet against Wall. Deflected.
Boy, Ewing using that size to make an impact on D. He loves coming up with the rejection.
Houston making some changes. Smith, he's checked in for Brooks. Whitmore comes in for Thompson. And it's Shepard in for Fred Van Vliet. Now here's Ingram. And the basket's good with the assist from Wall. Wall's got 3 assists in the game.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far. And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Green up top, covered by Ingram. Houston with another miss. Fires the 3. And Kansas City another 3.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance. Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
First team foul. Here for the home team, number 12, Steven Adams.
Gets it off. No good on the shot. And so it's Kansas City up 15 points as this quarter concludes. The hustle they've shown on defense has been tremendous. We'll be right back after this word. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Kansas City.
They've made an effort to get out and run, using their speed in transition and scoring before the defense can get set. You know, another point I'd like to add is that they've had tremendous success early on converting turnovers and turning those into points.
Setting the floor for Kansas City. Brandon Ingram out there with John Wall. Then it's Paolo Banchero, and it's Garnett in at the power forward.
Boy, the potential Ingram has is exciting to think about. I mean, a versatile swing man who wants to keep getting better. Keep an eye on this young fella.
Now here's Green. Over Ingram. Green in the lane.
You know, with his quickness, he's already good at creating separation for his shot. And we know he doesn't need much room to get his shot off either.
Clark, what catches your eye about Jalen Green at a fundamental level?
Well, it starts with his pure explosiveness. That just jumps out at anybody because he's jumping over everybody, okay? The way he can get up and down the floor and hang and lift. That's what stands out, his athleticism. And he's actually rounding off some of the rough edges in his game that makes him kind of scary as we go forward.
Now here's Green. Green rising up.
And one move ahead of the defense. A solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
And we've got a timeout called by Ime Udoka. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. And Houston will go for a different look here. Alperen Şengün's checked in for Adams. Brooks comes in for Smith. Thompson, he's checked in for Whitmore. And Van Vliet is subbed in for Shepard. Now here's Şengün. Still no points. And there's contact and a whistle. So he's got 2 shots coming up.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
The free throw drops for Brooks.
Dylan Brooks taking 2 shots.
And Brooks drops them both. 1:39 left in the second quarter. Here's Wall. And yep, it's good. Wall's got his second basket.
Hey, there's no denying it. John Wall has some of the best handles in the NBA. And if you're not careful, he'll make you look real bad.
Now here's Şengün. Got a piece of it. The drive by Ingram. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
Filthy. I mean, just the arena is stunned.
He's got a deep bag of tricks to dig into.
Boy, I'd love to get a replay on that one. Let's keep it handy so we can see it again.
Here's Thompson. Brooks outside. Pass to Green. Van Vliet on the wing. The three. And the rebound goes to Kansas City. There's 49 seconds left in the first half of this one. The three from Banchero. Gets the three to fall. Banchero's got 5 points now this quarter.
You know, I know some would like to see Banchero increase his shooting range, especially since he doesn't have a solid shot from behind the arc.
And how about the Fred Van Vliet story? From undrafted to all-star and NBA champion.
It's one of the remarkable journeys in the history of the league. There are a number of guys that have gone undrafted and ended up being all-stars and champions, but you think about it, one of the things they have in common in my mind, B.A., is a real understanding of who they are and what it's going to take to be successful. And then the willingness to put in the work and not be distracted by naysayers or the glamour of being a pro. They've got a real anchoring as to who they are and what their business is about, and then they maximize their ability. That's Fred Van Vliet in a nutshell.
And the big finish by Wall.
Are you serious? John Wall with the statement. Oh, that's pretty.
Stolen by Wall. And here they come. And there's the lob. Oh, Banchero. Throws it down.
Great teamwork on that drive. Punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
And so it's Kansas City. A huge 24-point lead for them. They're communicating well and stringing together stops. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Boy, this has been one outstanding game from Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Van Vliet and Green, they're manning the backcourt. Dylan Brooks is out there with Amin Thompson. And it's Şengün. Oh! What a hammer!
Oh, man! They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Thompson. Yet to see a basket. Brooks finds Thompson. Now Green. Back to Thompson. From downtown, it's rebounded by Banchero. Banchero's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Ewing, guarded by Van Vliet, and Ewing gets it to go.
And just making the defender look downright silly, and then exploded to the bucket for the finish. That was just an outstanding play from start to finish.
That one drops for him.
You know, sometimes you see the edge to Wall's game come out in these situations. Tight defense inside, contact, and he just is determined not to be denied.
Thompson against Banchero. Here's Green. Oh, they get a hand on it. Green's gone, just 3 of 10 shooting from the field. Here's Garnett. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Credit them for making the right halftime adjustments.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
And the foul called on John Wall. That's foul number 2 for him. Smith, he's checked in for Houston. Over a minute and a half now into this third quarter action. Pass to Green. Can they get it? Hits the trifecta. Green's got 9 points.
Hey, this team has great confidence in Green's ability to connect from deep. It's really about getting him quality looks.
And he couldn't get an easier shot. The defense right now just looks defeated.
Well, that's exactly the kind of defense that's gotten him into the hole.
Always irritates me.
Out of bounds. Houston will have it. Houston making some changes. Whitmore comes in for Brooks. And it's Shepard in for Green. "51 seconds left in the third." Van Vliet against Wall. Pass to Şengün.
No, it's like they don't make it. That's the thing. They don't make it mad. It's just, I'm just waking up. So,
just 5 to shoot. Hands it from the wing. Şengün's got his first points of the game.
Smooth jumper there by Şengün. He's working on stretching things out more when he can.
And that one drops for him.
With his level of quickness, it's tough to keep up defensively.
And so it's Van Vliet with it. He brings it up for Houston.
Only days I've really had with guys, like, those are the only days I think of because you start to try to
13 feet out. Can't hit that one. And so it's Kansas City building a mountain of a lead, up 31 points as this quarter concludes. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. We'll be right back.
It was a little sad around the week JJ kind of did me.
And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist to the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
Yeah. And then
well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Setting the floor for Kansas City, they've got John Wall, also Brandon Ingram out there, and it's Ben Carroll in at the small forward position. And the big finish by Wall.
Really like Wall's attitude on offense in this game. He's doing everything he can to create points.
They got no choice.
And a big issue for them, turnovers.
Yeah, you just can't give away possessions in this league.
Brooks drives in, tipped. Ingram with the ball. Now Thompson defending. The three from Banchero. It goes again. His sixth basket in 7 tries. All right, a look at how the hustle game has been going for Kansas City.
I mean, those swats, they can get into your head and make you think twice about shooting it. So it's about more than just those block numbers.
And the defense has been disruptive, forcing turnovers, challenging shots. The turnovers they've been able to turn into points, too.
There's 1:47 left in the fourth quarter here. And the foul called on John Wall. That's his 3rd foul so far.
First team foul.
Van Vliet with it. Thompson left side. Outside, Green. Going inside. Pass to Şengün. Oh, a denial. Here's Garnett. Brooks defending.
Oh, my goodness!
Whoa! And he throws it down with one hand.
KG taking no prisoners and dropping the hammer down. Well, what a nice throwdown by Kevin Garnett.
Here's Thompson. Green for 3. Can't get it to drop.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Fades and shoots. And here's Ingram outside. And count it. Now 5 for 7.
Ingram just needs to have more and more nights like this. And with fueled confidence, he'll be a potent scorer.
Outside, Green. Brooks outside. Back to Green. Looking to end the run. They get it back on the wing. Green. Yes, and it's Şengün picking up the assist.
No wasted motion or hesitation there. Green ready to shoot as soon as he caught it.
And down it goes. Jam that one home.
And guys, that's got to be the dagger. This is how you finish a game.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback? Diminished.
It's stolen by Wall. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Buries it down low.
And he's got great length for a point guard, and Wall repeatedly is able to do damage inside because of it.
Wall against Van Vliet. Shot from the top of the key. It's hauled in by Garnett. Now here's Wall.
An elite scorer, demonstrating once again how fast he can fill it up.
And so it's Kansas City winning this one. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, B.A. It was in enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Clark Kellogg, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for watching the NBA, brought to you by 2K Sports.